Now, one question I get asked quite a lot in emerging markets, or should I say somebody who's living in emerging markets, whether that's an expat and especially locals, is why should I invest in stocks if I can get 12% in the bank? But here is the reality, and here are the reasons why you shouldn't invest in a bank. Now, number one, think about something logically here. If a bank is able to give you 8%, 10%, 12% per year, that is because there is a lot of risk associated with that investment, if you could call it an investment even, and they're going to use your money to then actually make more profitable investments. So I'll give you an example. If you look at any country around the world that has 12% or even 8% interest rates, there's always a big currency and inflation risk. A great example, take Argentina, right? Argentina, I think right now has like 14, 15% interest rates, but inflation's running at like 30 or 40%, so it's a guaranteed loss, right? Yeah, sure, you might get lucky that the currency might come back against the US dollar, but even in less extreme examples, like I think in South Africa, you can actually get very good interest rates. But again, the rand has gone down a lot against the USD. If you would have put your money in the bank in South African rand 5 years ago, getting 10% per year, you know what? You would have been absolutely beaten by somebody who's just investing in something like the S&P in our stock markets, right? Because you've actually, in some ways, lost in USD terms, or maximum kind of came out even. So the simple answer is, think about it like this. If it was such a good deal, why isn't Warren Buffett and all the banks, all the hedge funds, all the smart people out there, why aren't they rushing to put their money in Argentina or Pakistan or wherever, right? So remember that money in the bank is not an investment. And if interest rates are high, it's usually because risks are high. Inflation risks are high, currency risks are high. And that's the same even in developed markets, right? If you think about it, if there was ever a run against the euro, the pound, the USD, what would central banks do? They would increase interest rates to actually attract more people to keep their money in the country. So super high interest rates, look at the 70s or 80s, right? I mean, that was the one time when interest rates were super high in the US and UK. But again, inflation was running at 20% or whatever, right? So it's not a free lunch. Fixed deposits are usually not a good option apart from for a small amount of money just to cover emergencies maybe. Of course, you do need some money in cash if you're living in that country, but it's not an investment. It's merely something for everyday expenditure.